What's up everybody, I'm HoopsandHipHop. So we all have a lot of great memories playing Pokemon. Given that last year was the 20th anniversary of Pokemon, we spent literally that entire year kind of reminiscing about the previous instances and the previous 20 years of Pokemon and our personal experiences and memories with it. And every so often, even though it's not the 20th anniversary anymore, I find myself personally thinking about and reminded of my best memories that I've ever had with the Pokemon franchise, and I think about them very fondly. However, I've never really shared them in a dedicated video with you guys, so that is what I'm going to do today. This video is all about my personal memories with the Pokemon franchise, and it's actually my 5 greatest memories that I've ever had with Pokemon, whether it be playing the games or otherwise. Now, this isn't going to be a top 5 because it's way too hard to just narrow down and rank these memories because it's just way too hard to pick one over the other, so this is just going to be 5 in no particular order, but I am really excited to share them with you guys, so let's check them out. Alright, the first memory I'm going to share with you guys was a really funny and awesome one, and it happened a few years ago when ORAS was released. Back in 2014, ORAS released around the middle to the end of November, and while I personally got it the day of launch, my cousin, who is also really into Pokemon, that's actually been on the channel a few times before, wasn't able to get it until Christmas time, so he had to wait a little bit. In my family, we have a tradition of every year on Christmas morning, we all go up to my grandma's house and have some breakfast, and we have been doing that for years. Way back when I personally got Pokemon Ruby for Christmas, we went up there for breakfast, and I was playing Pokemon Ruby so much that I actually had to bring my charger with me, and I remember just being plugged into the wall in the basement of my grandma's house, just playing away, just not having a care in the world and being so happy because I finally got the new Pokemon Ruby and a Game Boy Advance SP. Well, fast forward about 10 plus years and we're still doing the same thing. We're still having breakfast at my grandparents' house. They still live in the same house, and I'm just chilling, hanging out, and I go down to the basement, and what do you know, I see my cousin on his 3DS playing Pokemon Alpha Sapphire that he just got for Christmas, and he's plugged into the wall charging his 3DS in the same exact spot, in the same exact wall outlet that I used to play my SP playing Pokemon Ruby 10 plus years ago. So it was really funny in that instance because it came full circle where I had gotten Pokemon Ruby and played the game in the exact spot where he was playing the remake 10 plus years later, both plugged into the wall, both charging our games. So I just thought that was really funny in the moment how it came full circle and we were both able to sort of experience the same thing 10 years apart with 2 different versions of the game all within the same place. I just thought that was really funny and really special. Easily one of my best Pokemon memories. The next one on this list actually has been mentioned on the channel before, but it's easily one of my greatest Pokemon memories, so I had to mention it again. My good friend David G. Burns was actually kind enough to make an animated version of this story last year for the 20th anniversary of Pokemon, so I'll be playing that throughout while I'm talking about this, but definitely go check out the full version of the video by clicking the iCard in the top right corner of the screen. So basically, this memory is of the very first time I got a Pokemon game. It's the memory of actually getting my very first Pokemon game. My family and I, my brother, my sister, my mom, my dad, we were at this furniture store because my mom and dad were looking for furniture apparently. And lo and behold, we got lucky as kids because they finally decided to get us a Game Boy. They got us 1 Game Boy to share amongst 3 kids. I have no idea how we did that, but that's what they did, and they also got us a copy of Pokemon Yellow. I remember this very distinctly even though I was only about 5 years old because it was the moment literally where my journey began. Well, as time went on, obviously I got older, but that furniture store was still within like my local sort of community. It was still within driving distance because my family has lived in the same sort of area our whole entire life. So every once in a while I'd be in that area where the furniture store is and I'd walk in and I would go to that exact spot where they used to keep the electronics and where they kept the Game Boy. Of course, the things were all changed around and it wasn't any way like it was back in the day when I got my Game Boy, but it was the same exact spot, and I would always just go there and I would just feel so happy because I knew this was the exact spot, the exact point on the earth where my Pokemon journey began, and it was the thing that caused all of this to happen. My love for Pokemon, my YouTube channel, everything began at that moment, so that was really special to me, and it's easily one of my greatest Pokemon memories. Coming up third on the list is the prototypical nostalgic, just absolutely one of my fondest memories of playing Pokemon ever, because it's exactly what you think of when you think of the stereotypical, prototypical, fond memory of playing Pokemon as a 90s kid. So basically what happened is I was about 5-6 years old, so still super young, and I was actually at my aunt's house because she was babysitting me because I was young enough to be babysat. Like, thinking about that is just another whole crazy thing in and of itself, but that's what was going on. I was just chilling at my aunt's house being babysat. Well, I also had my Game Boy with me, the one that I talked about previously, and I had the copy of Pokemon Yellow, and I very distinctly remember I was battling Agatha in the Elite Four. Now, obviously, an Elite Four battle is intense enough, but the thing that made this even more intense, and the reason why I remember it, is because my batteries in my Game Boy were dying. If you've played a Game Boy, or if you remember playing a Game Boy back when they were the current system, they ran on AA batteries, and you knew the battery was about to die when the red power light was ultra, just super dim, was about to go out. That was exactly what was happening in this battle. I was battling Agatha, we were in the middle of the battle, and my battery was just so close to being dead. So I was racing against the clock while I was battling Agatha, and it was ridiculous. And while I can't remember for sure on the result, I am pretty confident, I'm pretty sure that I actually did end up beating her, and I saved the game and turned the Game Boy off, and that was it. I wasn't taking any more chances, but I actually beat her, and I was so proud of myself. And the thing that I love most about this memory is my dedication to the franchise, even as a young 5-year-old. Like, I'm a 5-6-year-old kid, you can't really remember much at all from that point in time, except the best things, obviously, but even at that young age, I was so into Pokemon that I was bringing my Game Boy everywhere I went, and I actually had made it to Agatha in the Elite Four as a 5-6-year-old kid, which is even more impressive considering I probably couldn't read that well. So I am actually super proud of myself for that moment, because it shows that even when I was a super youngster, I was still beating these Pokemon games and getting through them instead of just getting stuck or quitting halfway through. And it's just one of those memories that I look back at fondly, and it makes me proud that I became and that I am the Pokemon fan that I am. The fourth memory on this list is the first time I ever set foot in Kanto and got to battle Red in Pokemon Gold, Silver, and Crystal. Now, it's no secret that I absolutely love this moment, because I have made it very well known that I love both of these moments as well as Gold and Silver in general, because they're my favorite Pokemon games. That is a very common fact if you've been following the channel for very long. However, I haven't elaborated on it very much, so that's what I'm going to do here. Obviously, as a 7-8-year-old, whatever I was, kid who didn't have access to internet, and the internet was super primitive back then anyway, I had no idea that you would be able to go to Kanto in this game. So when that happened, it came as a complete shock, and as I'm sure a lot of you know who experienced it yourself, it was just the most mind-blowing, amazing plot twist just that I have ever experienced in a game. It's easily just one of the greatest, like, unexpected moments that I ever had. And when you combine that with the whole battling Red part on Mount Silver, it's easily the most unexpected part, because going to Kanto and battling all of the gym leaders in Kanto was good enough. But when you had battled all of those 8 gym leaders in Kanto, you thought that it was done. There couldn't be anything more that they could have added to the game, because the big surprise of going to Kanto you had already experienced. But when you made it to that last area, Mount Silver, you explored, you're kind of wandering around, and then all of a sudden you see Red. And as a little kid, I'm thinking, well, actually, the first thing I thought was, oh my gosh, it's Ash Ketchum, because obviously Red looks like Ash, he's got the Pikachu, and he's got the similar team, so in my head I was like, I'm battling Ash, this is the greatest thing of my life. However, obviously that wasn't the case, and I wasn't battling Red, and I realized that soon after, but I also realized that, wait a minute, I'm actually battling myself from Pokemon Yellow back when I played Pokemon Yellow, because you could recognize the sprite. The sprite was the exact same as in the previous games. So it wasn't long before I realized that, and that made it basically just as good as when I thought that I was battling Ash. It was just the greatest surprise plot twist that I had ever experienced in a game at that point. Probably still is the greatest plot twist, and it was just one of my greatest gaming memories ever, not just Pokemon memories, because of how in awe of the whole scenario I was, and it's the reason why I love Gold and Silver so much and why it's my favorite game in the Pokemon series and why Johto is my favorite region. It just had such a huge influence on my love for Pokemon even to this day, and so that's why it's easily one of my greatest Pokemon memories. And last but not least, you might think this is a bit of a cop-out, and you might think it's kind of corny, but I have to mention it. My next and last greatest Pokemon memory is basically what's going on right now with my YouTube channel. Now, obviously, not all of it is a memory because I'm currently experiencing it, but I have been doing this whole YouTube thing for 5 years, so it's been a while, literally half a decade, and I have had a lot, and I mean a lot of experiences along the way, and I've made some amazing memories. Never in my life, and really through no other channel, could I meet so many people from so many different places. Like, I can honestly say that I have good, genuine friends all across the country in the United States. I have friends in the UK, Scotland, just all around the world, basically. I can say that I have good, genuine friends, and I would have never been able to meet all the amazing people that I know on YouTube if it wasn't for YouTube and Pokemon and my basically pursuit of wanting to be a Pokemon YouTuber. So I just have all of the gratitude in the world for not only Pokemon, but for YouTube to allow me to meet these amazing people that I've met and that I consider very good friends, and for bringing all of us together. So that is just, even though it's still ongoing and I'm still experiencing this adventure, what I have experienced so far is easily one of my greatest Pokemon memories for the people that I've met and the experiences that I've had with those people. Another great thing that is a side note that I kind of want to mention because I've never mentioned it on the channel, and it's really an amazing thing, is the whole reason I started Pokemon Remixes pretty much was because of Pokemon Reorchestrated and Braxton Burks. I had an interest in creating music before that, but when I heard his music and found out that it was created on the computer, I was just blown away, and from that point on, I decided that's what I wanted to do. So literally, he was my whole inspiration behind Pokemon music, and in the past, year or so, I've actually become a little more acquainted with Braxton, and we've actually gotten to talk and be friends and stuff like that, and that is literally just a dream come true, because in a lot of ways, Braxton and Pokemon Reorchestrated are my idols, because not only did they inspire me to go into Pokemon remixing, but they were a huge part in me going into my degree that I recently graduated from in college, which was audio production. So needless to say, that had a huge influence in my life, and to be able to actually meet them and befriend them and just get to know Braxton was just a dream come true. So if you're watching this, Braxton, you're awesome. Thanks for being my pal. Thanks for inspiring me so much. And yeah, that is definitely a great Pokemon memory. And there you have it, guys. Those were my 5 greatest Pokemon memories. My memories when it comes to Pokemon I absolutely cherish, because Pokemon has obviously been such a big, huge influence in my life, and it means so much to me. And I just wanted to share with you guys some of my greatest moments that I've had up to this point. If you guys enjoyed the video, be sure to give it a like, and definitely let me know your 5 greatest Pokemon memories in the comments below, because we all have had different experiences with Pokemon, and I know you guys have some amazing ones, so please share them in the comments below. If you're new to the channel, be sure to subscribe, because I upload great Pokemon content every week. I do remixes, I do top 5s, I do videos like this. You're in for a great treat if you stick around, so definitely subscribe for that. Also, check out my Patreon for some exclusive content if you haven't. Check out my music and my remixes on iTunes, Spotify, Google Play, all that stuff. I love you guys, you're amazing. I will be back with another video soon, and until then, as always, I'll smell you guys later.